I've always been a loving, caring, trusting person, but that all changed on October 10th, 1998, as I instantly morphed into a mere shell of who I once was. My body was brutalized, my trust violated, and my soul no longer seemed to exist. I didn't even recognize myself when I looked into the mirror, and it wasn't because of my black eye, bloody lip, or busted cheekbone. It was when I looked into my once vibrant eyes, and my stare was met by two pools of immense darkness. It was as if my soul had been transported out of my body, and I was left with nothing. I was a freshman in college, 19 years old, and I had just been raped. Even though I knew it wasn't my fault, I couldn't bring myself to tell those that I loved the most that the Valerie they knew and loved no longer existed. After a month of barely eating, sleepless nights, and panic attacks, I finally told my family. Anger was all-consuming. I lived in a heightened state of awareness, which often led to panic and full outrage. I had never been an angry person, but that is who I had become, completely untrusting, hardened, and an outright bitch, quite frankly. That is the only way I thought I could survive this hell that was forced upon me. I figured if I didn't let anyone in, I could never be hurt. After several years, I finally came to the end of my therapy. I had properly dealt with all the phases of anger, denial, bargaining, and depression, but that final stage, acceptance, which forgiveness ties heavily into, was my next impasse. When I was working with other rape survivors, whenever the topic of forgiveness would come up, I didn't have anything encouraging to say, as I hadn't done the work on that yet. And I knew I would never be able to truly move forward with my healing if I did not complete that final piece, nor would I be able to help others. I finally decided that I no longer wanted the seed of hatred to plague me, and I wanted to be free. I want to encourage anyone who has ever gone through a traumatic experience that there are key elements that you will need for this journey. The first of which is trust. There is always a reason, even to the bad things that happen to us. Trust that in each crisis there is a blessing. For me, it was trusting that every day and every breath that I took was truly mine to live through. It takes patience. You won't heal overnight. Be patient with yourself on this journey. No one can take this walk for you. You must do it yourself. For me, it was accepting that it was a difficult road, and while I had the love and support of my family and friends, it was my journey, and every step forward was new territory. It takes courage. Be bold. Let your voice be heard. Share your story with others. You gain more empowerment and richness within yourself when you can share your story with another. For me, it was every time I could say, I'm a rape survivor. It took away the shame and disgust of the act and transferred power to me and away from my rapist. It takes love and kindness. By responding in love, real change can take place. You may not be able to encounter your assailants again, but you will come in contact with other people or situations with similarities, and you can either choose to respond with unforgiveness and hatred or to respond with unconditional love and kindness. This effect will not only leave an indelible mark on them, but keep you moving forward, empower you, and feed your soul. For me, it was while I was attending the breakthrough experience, and I had to confront a man who looked like my rapist and offer him unconditional love, forgiveness, and gratitude. This was completely transformational as it totally neutralized the most polarizing events in my life, my feelings towards my rapist and the rape itself. I knew that once I was able to express true gratitude towards the man that raped me, I would be able to discover where true peace lives. I just had to make the conscious, open-hearted effort to stop the war inside my soul. Now, the experience of forgiveness is so profound and refreshing, you know it the minute that it happens. Forgiveness changes us physically and emotionally, dissolving the stagnant weight of resentment and flooding our bodies with renewed energy. It mends our tattered personal boundaries and empowers us to move forward with more hope than when we are holding on to grudges. When we do the thorough nitty-gritty work that goes along with releasing the trauma from the past, we reestablish our connection with a palpable source of light and lightness and find ourselves on new ground. The gifts of unconditional love, forgiveness, and gratitude are ones that I will cherish for the rest of my life. Through my rape experience as well as my healing, I have learned that not only can I survive, but I can thrive. For those of you in the audience that have endured sexual assault or rape, I have lived through and I understand your pain, but I do not pretend to know the effect it has had on your life. Whether it happened yesterday or 20 years ago, it is never too early or too late to begin the process of unconditional love, forgiveness, and gratitude. And that is my gift to you, the realization that if you are ready and willing to open your mind, your body, and your heart to healing, you have the amazing ability to transform feelings of rage, malice, devastation, and pain to unconditional love, forgiveness, and gratitude. May you be blessed as you take this incredibly courageous step towards healing. Thank you.